You spoke about meeting a Pakistani man who drew your attention to the fact that you could be a model or you could be in the modeling industry. When you first heard that, how did you react?
When you spot, I had a boyfriend before. He took me pics the first day he met me, and then he's like, yeah, like you look like a model. I was like, I'm not even confident for that. Later, this guy still comes and tells me, you're a model. The next thing we will go for Nikon AE workshop. It was in Fujairah. There were 40 photographers from me.
40.
And it was my first time to stand in front of a camera. And all these people posted me.
How did you feel?
I felt so, I felt happy, but I was asking myself, oh, you're a model maybe? Because they were like, whoa, nice pose, whatever. I was like, maybe, is it me doing that? Is it me doing that?
Yeah.
Because before I was camera shy.
Oh.
And then I go for my casting. Maybe God was.
Hi, lovely viewers. It's me, Lady Bonsu, and welcome back from the long break. We are in a new season and we are discussing people, women especially, whose lives impact the society. Women who care to share their story to inspire other women as well. And so today we have Shamim all the way from Uganda, and Shamim has an inspirational story to share with us. Shamim, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm pleased to be here.
Thanks for coming. How are you doing?
I would say I'm okay. I'm fine.
Shamim, you look so pretty today. You look like somebody who models or like a beauty queen. Have you done any of these things before?
Yeah. I do fashion modeling here.
Oh, in Dubai here?
Yeah, and I've been representing Uganda. I've represented Uganda 3 times here in beauty pageants. Yeah.
That's good to know. Is this something you've always wanted to do, like a childhood dream?
I think I always wanted to be like empower women, fight for women's rights. That's the thing that I've always wanted.
What motivated you to empower women?
Like any other person, everyone has a story, and maybe my story is a bit. I never knew about it when I was young, but I had this thing in me that never wanted to see a woman get tortured. You understand?
Yeah.
I was this person that I was young. I don't want to see any woman or a girl being beaten or whatever, because maybe I was a victim. I had my own triggers. But when you're young, sometimes you don't know, like, how should they say it? Sometimes you don't know why you're doing this. You don't know if it's trauma or something is triggering you into that.
Yeah. But now when you look back, what do you think influenced this decision that you don't want to see any woman get hurt? What influenced that?
Okay. Honestly speaking, I grew up with my mom and dad, and the situation was really stagnant. How do I say it? Seeing my dad and mom fight. So it used to make me feel like, why this, why that, you understand? And unfortunately, even the women in the neighborhood, I don't know if it was just, I don't know if I had to just see that growing up. Even women that I had to meet in our neighborhood, they weren't treated right. And then I saw girls that were being body shamed. I saw girls that were being, okay, I don't know, so many things. I was even a victim of self-esteem. Like, my whole childhood was about women being treated in a funny way, and so my spirit couldn't support that. Maybe there's something that used to make me feel like you need to fight. Why? That's how it was.
Yeah. Shamim, you were born in Uganda.
Yeah.
And both parents are from Uganda.
Yeah.
Right? So you grew up in a community where there were lots of like domestic violence, like aggression and all that. Do you think it has an effect on you?
True. And I never knew it. I got to know it when I was old. The more I got older, I just got to know it was in me. Thinking that it was in me until I got into the same situations that I had to see when I was growing up. So I got to know it was trauma that was really pushing me. Yeah.
Shamim, are you the only child of your parents?
No, funniest part, my mom gave birth only 4 girls. We don't have a boy.
Oh.
Maybe that's why I fight for women.
And do you think that all your siblings, one way or the other, like saw or experienced this kind of domestic violence?
I think they were younger.
You were the firstborn.
I'm the first one. Yeah.
How was your schooling like, Shamim?
Alhamdulillah, my dad wasn't in our lives. Okay, my dad took his part in our lives and then he had to exit. But my
Oh,
mom
he's
was
late.
there. No,
He left.
like I told you, the marriage couldn't work out.
Oh.
I was fighting this and that. But my mom, I thank God for her. I never got time to be with my mom each and every time, or she's teaching me this and that. But her giving birth to me at an early age and seeing her fight for us to go to school, seeing her go with us in this house, whatever, the community saying this and that,
Then she's a strong woman, I guess.
she's the strongest woman.
This is not to make you so emotional, but do you remember a particular incident between mom and dad that really got to you? Like probably you witnessed them fight, like physical aggression. Did you witness anything like that that you can always make reference to?
Actually, they are two. It even got me into a way that I used to fear blood until last year. Yeah, I used to fear blood. I'm a woman, and it was funny to people.
Yeah.
How can you be a woman and you're scared of blood? I had my reasons why. Every time I think about it, and I'm like, why? Why did it happen? And it's so funny. I didn't get to like. I think it was 2006, 5, because my sister, the one that was born in 2005, was still breastfeeding. So my dad and mom get a fight. So when they got a fight, women, my mom was trying to throw something and then it hit my head. I have a scar here. So when it hit my head, blood started flowing on my shirt. After that, my dad, I loved my dad. When you're a child, you're a girl, your dad is going to buy you this, buy you that.
Yeah.
And then my mom wasn't that sweetheart, like my dad. So my dad sat me down, you saw your mom did this and that. Till I got to know I was manipulated. Because when we went to police and whatever, I was like, my mom is the bad one, and she was breastfeeding my little sister. And then my mom was put to jail. And she used to leave, come breastfeed. And then go back.
Like was it like on a daily basis?
Yeah, on a daily basis. I don't recall how long it took. At that moment, I never saw it as a bad thing. Because when she left, she used to go and then come back. I think I was like 6 or 7. Because I was born in 1999. And then my little sister, she was still young. I just got to know, I think I was in like Form 3 2013. It was a day I looked back. I thought about it. It triggered me. I felt so bad. I was like, okay, so my dad manipulated me.
How did you know that daddy manipulated you?
Because honestly, what he was doing wasn't right. But the manipulation came in. I was young. Whatever they were fighting, like they used me to go against my mother.
If you say they, who are the they? Is it your dad and maybe his family?
How do I say it?
Probably the community that you lived in, his friends. Who are the they?
Some stories are better unsaid, but maybe my dad was cheating.
Sorry, Shamim. Sorry about this.
And like these women, want to connect with the kids, to show the men that I love them so much when I was a kid.
Probably they will come home and they try to be nice to you and let you know that, you know, we are here for you. Mommy's the bad one, kind of a thing.
Like they tried, like my dad. Remember when you're fighting? I wouldn't say my dad is bad. No, they had their own reasons, but this really triggered me in a way that, I wouldn't do that to my child. At least I would teach her, guide her. Like my dad let me see my mom go there. I also was the one that said, Mom is the wrong one. She's the one that did this and that. And guess what? It was just last year when I was chosen to speak for women in Business Lady of the Year. I sent my mom a message saying sorry.
How did she take it?
She never said so much about it. Before, actually, when I was going through a lot, because last year was my hell of a year. I started feeling like, oh, maybe my mom is mad at me. Or maybe she.
But after the incident, I mean, how long were you with Dad and probably some of his, let's say, side chicks, whilst Mommy was going and coming? If you can calculate, how long did that take? Maybe like a year or two?
No, it didn't get 2 years. But what I remember, my mom used to go, like, in the evening, they used to let her out to breastfeed, and then during the day, they put her in jail. You understand? And she didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
When I grew up, I got to know she didn't deserve it. Because life happens, but my biggest pain, actually, that's when I felt like, in 2013, that's when I felt like my dad broke my heart. Before, I never thought about it. So, I always had this in me. I'll never let a man treat me like my dad treated my mom. I'll never let a man treat any other, because I felt guilty about it.
Were you like in high school by then when that?
This thing happened, that's like 2005, I was a baby. I was like
Yeah,
6
but I
years.
mean, when you started becoming aware of the manipulation, like
I was in
maybe
form
you're
three.
like, oh,
Yeah, I was in form 3. I had started understanding life. We've gotten a boyfriend sometimes, and then you start seeing this and that. I started being aware of what life is. Yeah.
at that time, were you closer to Mom when you started being aware of life and all the challenges that it can come with? How was your relationship with Mom?
To be honest, I wouldn't say my mom, being a young mother, I think my mom gave birth to me when she was very young. Because if you saw my mom today, you would say we are sisters.
Yeah.
So, being a young mom, maybe sometimes she didn't get time for us. And then she was a single mother. You know, being a single mother, you're young, you have to work out this and that. So I didn't get time to be so much closer to my mom, to tell her this and that. And maybe she was also shy sometimes, you know, when you're a young mom. But one thing about me was I used to fear my mom so much. Because maybe she didn't want me to repeat maybe the same thing, giving birth at a young age, whatever, yeah. So we weren't so close. Yeah.
At what point did Daddy like left the scene?
My dad left us when I was still young.
Before Form 3, when you became aware, or
I
after?
think I was before. I didn't get that much time with my dad and mom. Growing up with mom, dad, no.
So all the 4 children you like Mom had were with Daddy.
The 3, The three were my dad's, and then the fourth one she got after some years. Yeah.
Wow. And how are your siblings now? Are they also more like defensive? You know?
Maybe I'm that different child at home. Because they bond so tight, and for me, I don't know, maybe I just take life too serious sometimes.
Or could it be that the things you saw when you were growing up informed some decisions you made?
I
Probably
grew
that's why you
up
think.
I grew up so early. That's what I would say. Being a firstborn, and the more you grow, the more you get to know why things were going that way. Being a firstborn, after my form 6, I was like, I need to go work. Going to work in Mukono, there's a place called Mukono in Kampala. Actually, maybe God knew why I was mistreated by men. So this guy was my boss. I go start working with him. He wanted to sleep with me, actually told me. I remember that night. You just don't know. I was like, each and every day I ask myself, why do I still have love inside me? After seeing all these things happen to women.
Do you think this has affected your relationships one way or the other?
Yeah, it has. Because I got into my masculine energy. I didn't know about being a soft woman. Because all I saw was men being hard. So I had to get that to fight for myself. You understand? I didn't have a dad in my life too. Like to nurture me into that girl who's soft. I knew one thing. And unfortunately, I was always the one that talks to my friends. I was always like a healer. And I would speak this honestly. I never got a friend that told me, you can't do this, you can't do that. Even when I was in high school, it was me that saw the good in people. No one ever told me. I didn't know I had a talent. I didn't know I had a talent all my life. Until I reached here, a Pakistani guy told me, you can be a model.
Okay, so I want to get it straight. From high school, you came to Dubai.
No. From
Okay.
high school, I get to campus. It was kind of hard. I wanted to have a diploma of mass communication and journalism. So I gave birth at an early age, at 19.
You
That
had a
was
baby at
2018.
19.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
2018.
Awesome.
So when life kicks in, you're like, people are mocking you. And so when life kicked in, when I gave birth to my child, reality came.
At a
It
point,
was like everyone showed me it was a mistake. No one supported it. And I was like, God, you gave me this child. I still have to face this too. I went through it. I told my mom I was pregnant when it was 8 months.
how did she receive the news?
She asked me, is the dad ready to to help you, whatever? I was like, yes. She was like, okay, she didn't react so bad, I would say, because I had hidden it for a long time. Because I knew it was the biggest, her biggest fear. She never wanted it because she gave birth to me at a young age. Sometimes some cycles are hard to break. You have to be so resilient and endure what comes with that. It happened. I hid it. I was young.
How are you
And
able to hide it?
I didn't have friends. I'm a person who didn't have so many friends. It was always one or two.
Oh.
So I used to ground myself. I isolated myself from the world because everyone was mocking me. Okay, life has been so funny to me. I don't know why people never believed in me or why people projected that insecurities on me, and yet I was the lover. I was the one that pleased people.
You just said in the community where you grew up, women were not treated fairly. Could that be that that community does not really believe in a woman becoming a better person? Or a woman like taking on some roles?
Sometimes, how should I say it? I just learned that we are different people. We're all brought up in different ways. So some men act out of ego, and the community we're living in, even in Dubai, everywhere, you have to be healed to really handle a family. That's why families are breaking every day. So we are facing, like, we get into relationships with people who are unhealed, so they project their fears, the insecurity on us. And to heal, it takes so much, because so many people run their fears. They run away from their fears. They find ways to kill their pain, so they use women for that.
At what point in time did you decide to come to Dubai?
Actually, I wasn't in a very bad situation, but still I had gotten a heartbreak. I was broken. I wanted to, like, to be independent. I didn't want to depend on someone this time.
You were broken, your baby daddy left, or
so many things had broken me. So many things had broken me. But still, I was like, this time I want to be independent. I came to Dubai. So many people don't believe that I went and worked as a housemaid. And I reached here. I have so many. I don't know how to tell you. The story is too long. We could spend weeks on this.
You've been a house help in Dubai. Did you stay there for long? Did you do that job for long?
To be honest, despite the fact that I was a girl that works hard, maybe that wants to be better, I wasn't used to these things. And until today, my mom doesn't know I work there. But the fact that I was writing my book and I was like, I have to put it. She doesn't know. And that's my top secret, maybe.
So baby is home with mom?
No, with the dad.
Baby is with daddy?
Yeah.
How often do you hear from baby?
Before, it was almost every day or after 2 days, until I got into depression. Because sometimes I was in pain that I couldn't. If he calls me or something, it kills me inside. Sometimes I called my mom just to listen to her, and then lie to her that I have a toothache, and tears were rolling. Because at that moment, I was just alone. And there are situations you get in and they trigger you. They bring out all the trauma you've gone through all your life.
Yeah. There are some instances, like some incidents that will remind you, hey, this has happened to me before, and then all those memories will keep coming. Yeah. But how do you deal with them?
I don't know. But sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, maybe I'm a different being. Because I don't look my problems. And I attract people who have problems that they think are more than mine. They come to me. There's no one I'm going to tell someone my story. They come with their stories. You look at them and you're like, thanks to God, you still have where to live, maybe. But you're here with me. You don't even know whatever is going on in my life. And I'm grateful that so many people come to me and they're like, Vika, you changed my life. You told me this and it helped me. Mommy, I never get people to tell my story. And that's why it got me to write every day. Every day that I spent, I wrote how I,
Your day has been.
because I didn't have what to tell.
Yeah.
And I tried telling my mom about it. She told me it was in my head. But this time, the pain was of the soul. It wasn't
Physical
physical.
pain.
I couldn't feel physical pain anymore.
You're like numb to pain now.
Yeah.
So would you say then you had more masculine energy than the feminine?
I don't know if it's that. But one day I was with my friend. Thanks to God, there was someone to witness this. The one day, if I ever talk about it, the world wouldn't sound like. Because some things happen to you, and people are like, hey, she's lying, you understand? But this time, I couldn't feel physical pain. My soul was burning. My soul was hurting. Funniest part, everyone thought I was fine. No one helped me. I spent nights outside. Dubai was...
You spoke about meeting a Pakistani man who drew your attention to the fact that you could be a model or you could be in the modeling industry. When you first heard that, how did you react?
Funniest part. I had a boyfriend before. He took me pics the first day he met me, and then he's like, you look like a model. I was like, I'm not even confident for that. Later, this guy still comes and tells me, you're a model. The next thing we will go for Nikon AE workshop. It was in Fujairah. There were 40 photographers from me.
40.
And it was my first time to stand in front of a camera. And all these people posted me.
How did you feel?
I felt so, I felt happy, but I was asking myself, oh, you're a model maybe? Because they were like, whoa, nice pose, whatever. I was like, maybe, is it me doing that? Is it me doing that?
Yeah.
Because before I was camera shy.
Oh.
And then I go for my casting. Maybe God was blessing me somewhere. It's the way things started moving small. Before that, the company I worked for after I left
The
housemate,
hotel, yeah.
they didn't pay me. And I was like, oh God, we went to police. Mrakabat.
Yeah.
Police, yeah. They couldn't pay me. And then I was like, why don't you pay me yet you're paying these Filipinos? I'm also a human being. I'm putting transportation and whatever. So this guy spoke Arabic, so many things. I'm like, oh God. And then my boyfriend by then was put in jail because of me. Because this guy told the company owner told these guys that he's taking a video and in Dubai it's illegal.
Yeah.
So they put him inside. And like every time I faced some injustices, I was like, why is this happening? So this person is a racist or something. I don't know. There's this thing, I faced so many things, not just about women. Sometimes I want to get amnesia or something, or I get someone to erase my past so that I can start over my life. Because every time I go back, I feel unlucky, but still feel like I'm the luckiest person. Have you been in that situation where you went and you're like,
it's a mixture of feelings, like,
but God loves me.
but why am I in these challenges?
Yeah.
That makes sense. So now are you into like full-time modeling or like fashion?
Actually, me going into depression, I had gotten issues with my agency. Sometimes I don't want to speak about such things because to them, I don't know how it is. You understand? But I got issues with my agency. My visa got issues. I got into depression. Right at my success. You know, when you go into this beauty queen thing, I went for Woman of the Universe. After going for Woman of the Universe, unfortunately, things were falling apart. I couldn't reach that dream that I was supposed to reach. This time I was in depression, everyone left. Every friend left. I was alone. My first days of darkness, I slept outside. Nothing hurts like sleeping at a balcony and you don't have even...
After winning the... Oh.
Yeah, and the most funny part, God has tested me to the maximum. When someone sees your social media, hey, you even do this.
You are rich then.
Hey, she's rich. No one is helping me. No one helps me. It's always me. No one helps me. I'm outside. Sometimes I don't have what to eat. But there's a girl texting me on social media. You inspire me.
Oh.
She has a job. Or maybe she's well off. She doesn't know you don't have what to eat. Just because you have a position. And you know how that feels.
I know it can be something else. Like when the world sees your glory, but they don't see your pain. So when last did you hear from your father?
Last year.
How was the communication like?
I saw my dad in 2022. He wasn't well. I forgave him for whatever happened. Do you know why? No man is an island. I got to know that everyone does mistakes. When I saw him going through whatever he was going through, I was like, I prayed. I was like, God, at least give us a chance. I've grown up seeing pain. Why do I have to still see it? And still see my dad going through it? And then how does my mom feel right now? But at that moment I saw that my mom, despite everything, she's the strongest person. Because this time she was being there for my dad who has another family. She left everything behind. She was standing there for him. I don't normally say these things to her. Sometimes I sit down and I'm like, okay, at least I have a mother like no other. Because I know she has pain. She never shows.
If your mom is watching you today, what message would you like to give to her?
A lot. But one thing I would tell her, I don't know how, but I know God is gonna use me to change her life. I'm sure my mother is one of the people that have really faced pain since for many years. Because I mean right now, every time she hears that I'm not well, I don't know what she goes through. Every time she hears that my sister, this is not working out or something, remember, she still remembers whatever she went through before. Healing doesn't just come. So she gets a trigger every day. The only thing I would want right now, if God changed my life today, I would tell my mom, whatever I want to make you laugh. I don't want to see you cry or anything. And if I would buy her happiness, I would give it to her. That's all I would give her.
Your sisters, are they in school or?
Yeah, when one is here actually, she just came 3 months ago.
Oh, great. Is she working?
She hasn't started, but good thing she's on a freelance visa.
Great.
And the other one, she's still, like, she's not schooling, but she's doing salon, whatever.
Oh, wow.
The last one is schooling.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Do you see yourself staying in Dubai for long?
I wanted to give up. I wanted to go home. Sometimes I feel like giving up. Sometimes I feel like maybe I feel like maybe my blessing isn't here, but I feel like I'm favored here. So I just pray God helps me so I don't make a mistake. It could be just a season and then things start getting well. But still, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. I don't know what to do, honestly. I'm just praying for clarity. Yeah.
Throughout this pain, these ups and downs, did you ever speak to a counselor?
No, one thing, do you know, I always tell people that I'm a warrior. I mothered myself. When I wanted to scream, I got my pillow and put it on my mouth and screamed. And I always tell people, the day you will get a pillow and put it on your mouth, not because someone is trying to kill you, but you don't want your neighbors to hear you scream. You want to let out the pain. That's when you'll know that it's painful. I tried killing myself 3 times.
You've been suicidal.
And I was alone in the house. But I don't know why I was killing myself, because the person I know would never do that. I want to make my family happy. Have a child that I want to. I don't know. I tried twice with a knife. The next day I was like, every sharp thing should leave my house. I don't know why I was doing it.
I mean, to protect
Deep
yourself.
in darkness alone. But there's a moment I'll never forget. I was walking. When the knife couldn't work, this time I was walking at 3 looking for a building for me to go up and kill myself. And you know what happened? It was like God came and had to intervene. A van came. It had to. Do you know that strong light? There in Hamria, Street 14. I have memories in Dubai. So what I did, I went back home, crying. I sat down on the prayer mat in darkness. I told God, okay, you've taken everyone that I loved from my life. Right now, I'm not even talking to my mom. I'm just alone. Do you really want the devil to win? At least you've showed me how much I can go. I'm just trying to reach my dreams. I'm just starting to experience what life is. Why do you want me to kill myself? It was painful. I had the worst experiences, but everyone was mocking me. She has become small, this and that. Media, instead of getting videos of you. And the funniest part about my community, I've never seen them post my achievements or post that she won this for Uganda or she represented this. They used to come and take videos of, or someone finds you at a yacht and then he wants to post that video when you're crazy and they don't want to post your achievements. I was like, okay, this is life. No one has my back. I have to stand by myself. I told you ever been in pain and you started talking to God on a one-on-one? So you used to tell God, so today, why are you bringing this again? Why are you bringing this again? Okay, I didn't kill myself. Why don't you feel that I'm in pain? Don't you know that it's killing me? I'm telling you, I burnt myself. I cut myself because I wasn't feeling physical pain. I started asking myself, am I still alive? Or maybe I'm in hell. You know that thing when you feel like, maybe I died and I'm in hell. It's not real. It's an illusion, maybe. I burnt myself. I cut myself.
Yourself.
I wanted to feel pain, but I couldn't feel pain. My soul was hurting. I couldn't feel physical pain anymore. I wasn't that girl that I was before. This time I was triggered easily. I could be violent at any time. I didn't want anyone to tell me anything. All I was looking for is someone to be kind and show me that it will be fine. However your phone was talking something about you, isn't that? I had to isolate myself. I remember at first I used to fear getting out. I was like, no one knows what I'm going through. Whatever they know is their opinion. I'm not going to let myself died inside. I stood one day, I left home. I didn't have money on me. I walked to a club. Because this time I didn't want them to just speak behind my back. I wanted them to see me. Whoever saw me and said I was small, I told them I'm going through life, just like other people go through it. And do you know how I realized that I was powerful? So many people go through the same thing I was going through. Maybe they have all their problems. I was like, why is it me? Why do I bring an impact on all of you that you're trying to mock me at this moment? So I was like, I will stand. It took me back to the girls I used to see. Because before I met a girl who had, she had a scar on her face.
Oh.
And then she told me, I love the way like you're a model, whatever. But me, I can never. I looked at her and I was like, why? She told me when she was young, someone told her she was ugly. She can never be, I sat her down. Because before, even when I was in high school, there's a certain guy that didn't like my legs or something. And he tried to use it against me, maybe. It made me feel bad. But this time, when I saw this girl, I remembered that. I was like, okay, it didn't make me stop believing in myself. But for her, she was told this, I think she was like 10 years, and this time she was 27. She wasn't confident. I told her one thing. You see this car? It's your power, it makes you unique. Not everyone has it. You know why you have it. That's why you have to show it. If someone else sees you with this car, and they have this car, they're going to come out. You're going to help. You're going to impact lives in a way that you don't know. I told her, don't hide yourself anymore. I'll connect you if you want to be a model. She told me, I've grown, but I wanted that. I told her, I will help you. Unfortunately, I never saw her again. But it made me feel like, okay, I need to change something. Me, every time I find a man trying to make a woman feel less, I don't even know how I get mad. I don't care if he's tall or short.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I ask them, one day you're going to have a daughter, you have a sister, and you have a mother. Women are naturally emotional people. And they need that softness in them. Why are you even trying to make her feel less just because you're in your ego, you want to prove something to your friends? And so many men do that. You're trying to make a woman feel less. This is going to touch her forever.
Yeah.
Maybe we always tell people that we women, the only power we have is dignity. If you take that from me, I'm finished. It takes a very resilient person and a person who believes in themselves 100% to be mocked or be disrespected in people, then stand again. If you can make it there, why would you do that? And that's why some people don't like me, especially men. They feel like maybe they always tell me, hey, feminist, whatever. But it's not like
I was
that.
about to ask that, do you consider yourself a feminist?
Not really, because still, if I found a woman trying to act weird with a man, I still would react. But for a woman, why it touches me so much, I have the trauma, plus I believe that men are supposed to lead us. Why would a man treat a woman in that way? You understand? Yet you have to give her that softness and that confidence. You don't know how it feels like. Sometimes I'm like, if I ever marry a man that's going to tell me, baby, no one is like you. Baby, you're the best. Baby, what? I don't know how far I can go. Honestly speaking. You know, that thing when your man believes in you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if it's your brother. Unfortunately, I don't have a brother. maybe I had to be like I had to have that, you know. I didn't have anyone to fight for me. It was me to
It
fight.
could be a male friend who believes in you, or a cousin who believes in you.
I have one male friend that believes in me so much. He tells me, you know what, Vega, you're gonna make it. And the funniest part, this my ex, the one that told me I would be a model. One day he told me, you have so much faith. If you never get rich in this life, I see Oprah in you. I told him. He told me.
Quite a similar story to
He
Oprah.
told me you're so strong. I've never seen someone that has faith like you are. You know, we broke up. He's a person that comes to me and tells me, you're gonna be successful one day. He tells me that every time. And that's why maybe we still talk sometimes, because he believes in me to an extent that he tells me, whoever is gonna end up with you is going to have a strong woman. Because, I don't know. Me, I'm a person that's gonna say that on Monday, I'm gonna do this. I'll pray for it every day. And do you know how many people believe that I pray? They're just like 10. No.
I mean, we live in a world where people say we have more Christians, but not many of them really believe that people pray. Like, people have that communication with God. Yeah. You're such a strong woman. And what is the future like with this whole empowering young ladies, especially those who also have similar stories like you? What's the future like? Do you intend to maybe write a book or put your story in a movie? Or, I mean, to reach the bigger world, like
I told you, each and every day that I spent, I had to write. I started writing about my past when, you know, this pain made me remember everything. The things that I didn't know that would come back in the future. So I had to start writing. And I know my book is going to be, I don't know, because it has so much in it. You can't believe that the most painful thing that I ever got in, this whole thing that has been happening in my life. Because right now I would say that I'm on my healing journey. I can now speak. If I couldn't, if I had fear.
Mm-hmm.
But this time I have that spirit in me that wants to help others that are going through whatever I'm going through. Because in December I had people that were killing themselves and they were young girls. And I was still in depression. So it made me fight. It's like, what if she died because of what I'm going through? Why do I let it happen? It's like, I'm going to use my story no matter what. You know, some people will be like, she's looking for sympathy, whatever. Mm-hmm. And at this point, I don't care. The only thing I want in my life is to see other people heal. That's the only thing that I want. I don't care if someone gets to know what people are going through what.
So what lessons have you learned from all this pain and all this trauma that you've been through?
Honestly, I learned to forgive myself. Because sometimes we think we're mad at people, yet we are mad at ourselves deep inside. I learned that the only way to be strong is to love yourself enough. Sometimes we think, okay, that thing comes in when you're mad at people. You think you're mad at them. But that boundary should be set before people drain you to that. I got to know I wasn't mad at people because not everyone is like me. Sometimes we think, okay, if I do this for this person, they can do the same for me. But we all have different intentions and you can never know. So when you're connected to someone, you get addicted to that toxicity. Through that, you keep on letting that eat you up. So I learned to love myself more, to prioritize myself. I learned one thing, to give kindness to people. Because at that moment when I was looking for someone to tell me it will be fine, no one was there. Even like sometimes family, no one can ever understand you and you can't blame them for that. because they're not you, they're not experiencing that. And we find ourselves getting mad at everyone. You know, this person, what? No one can ever know what you're going through. The only thing you can ever do for yourself, forgive yourself first. Forgive them. Learn, pray for discernment. That God can help you to know, to show you, someone's intentions before they affect you. And I'm rooting for that. The moment someone does something fishy, I'm cutting you off. Because this time I love myself more than anything else. I want to give myself all that I always wanted from people, that I never got. And I want to fight for my women still. I'm writing my book. And I just hope my story can really help other people. Because I don't care if people say, hey, sympathy, whatever. I know whenever you hear someone going through something, sometimes you think yours is heavy. There's someone who has something that's heavier. So it helps someone to be like, okay, so this one is going through this and they didn't kill themselves or they didn't die. Let me grab this journey. I can heal too. Now, the only thing that I always tell people is pray for everything. Even if you're going to touch this, pray. Because I've seen prayer help me to be here today, that I can sit. I'm doing this because I promised this to God. I told him I'm going to use my story. I don't care where. I don't care how. I'm going to sit you down, tell you whatever. When I feel that I need to tell you that. I'll tell you my story because I know there's a reason why I have to tell you my story. Because it's a different one. And I believe that. You know, you might think that how should I say it? I think I should thank you even more for giving me an opportunity.
Thank you for sharing your story, because the truth is, not many people would like to open up because of the stigma society will give to them, because of the rejection. Like you said, people will think, oh, she's here for sympathy. And so the aftermath of sharing the story may even cause them more trauma and depression. So most people are avoiding that. But you have the courage, you have come out to tell the world that, look, it can be better. Life can be hard, but it can be better. And no matter what people are going through, they should know that life can be better. Thank you so much for coming, Shamim. And thank you so much for watching. I know that someday you also would like to share your story. If you like to do, please leave your email in the comment section below. Thank you. Bye-bye.
笑うたびに見えるエクボが私は大好きだから恥ずかしがらずにもっともっと見せてよ気を引いてみたくてわざと返信を遅くしたずっと私に夢中でいればいいのにあな